Hello everyone, it's Miriam O'Gara Kilmurray here, the woman at the well, and welcome to the channel. We're looking at readings throughout the week here, and this is yesterday's gospel reading, and it's from Matthew 12, and it goes 38 to just the beginning of 43. And it's all about asking for signs, so I shall just go straight into it there. A reading from the Gospel of Matthew. The sign of Jonah. Then some of the scribes and Pharisees said to him, "Teacher, we wish to see a sign from you." But he answered them, "An evil and adulterous generation seeks for a sign, but no sign shall be given to it except the sign of the prophet Jonah. For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the whale, so will the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The men of Nineveh," which is today's Mosul, we call it Mosul today, "will arise at the judgment with this generation and condemn it. For they repented at the preaching of Jonah, and behold, something greater than Jonah is here. The queen of the south will arise at the judgment with this generation and condemn it, for she came from the ends of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and behold, something greater than Solomon is here." So what you have here is Jesus emphasizing that he is greater than Jonah, than Solomon. He's just short of saying that he is the Messiah in this piece, but he's dropping all the hints. And a very important message is coming across too, that if we are his followers, he will give us signs. He will give us lots and lots of signs. But it is not right for us to keep asking for signs. And this is a thing that happens, "Oh Lord, send me a sign that you're with me. Oh Lord." If you enter into a one-on-one prayer relationship with the Lord, which has to begin with praise and thanks. In other words, gratitude is really important here. When you are trying to build your own connection with the Lord, it needs to start off just the way Our Lady does when she appears in Medjugorje every day. "Praise be Jesus," is what she says to the visionaries. Praise be Jesus. She starts off with praise, So that has to be the tweak, the change that we make, because we're always asking for things, and that's okay. But the bedrock of our prayer life needs to be about worshiping, adoring, praising God. And when you start doing that, and I'm just following through from the last 2 videos as well, when you start doing that, you start to see the signs. You start to become aware of the signs of God in your life. It happens automatically. It is part of the deal. And here he is saying, stop asking for signs. Basically, he's saying he's sending us signs. And he himself is a sign. He is greater than Jonah. He is greater than Solomon. And he's also acknowledging here that the women are the ones, and he does this all the way through the Gospels. He acknowledges the women, even in the Stations of the Cross. The women keep reappearing along the way. He stops. He meets his mother. He meets Veronica. He stops with the women of Jerusalem. There's constant emphasis on how important women are to Jesus in the scriptures. You start to become aware of those signs. Okay, but you're not going to get this. Nobody can really tell you about this unless you engage yourself. So this is a beautiful reading. Sometimes the readings, likewise, the reading from the day before was a little the same. There were two parables that the Lord talked about in the previous reading. Here, he moves on to talk about not just Jonah, but Solomon. He also brings in the queen from the south, who knew to go to Solomon to listen to his wisdom. So he's moving into different actors within the scriptures, and he's referring to them and their response. And then he comes back and he says, but ultimately, I am the sign. He's saying basically, he said, I will go 3 days into the heart of the earth, and I am the sign. So there, of course, that's a prefiguring of dying and resurrecting 3 days later, which was prefigured in the story of Jonah. So there's all kinds of different signs that are already there, ready for us to see. We don't have to keep asking for new signs. But when we do, it doesn't mean you won't get them. But it's the correct order of things starts to become more important to you as you go down the scripture road. You start realizing how the correct order of things matters to the Lord as well. And here he's basically saying, look, I am the sign. I am already the sign. Okay. So anyway, I shall leave it with you there and move on to the most recent reading as well in the next video. So Ave Maria, God bless you, and talk to you again.